It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Colts and the Titans, and it comes your way next.
By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Tucker McCann now set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Nashville. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
Throughout his career, few have doubted Jameis Winston's ability to throw the football. The concerns, they've always centered around his accuracy and taking care of it. When he makes good decisions on the field, excellent numbers usually result.
Winston now to throw on first down. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That was a nicely run slam. What the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Winston. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. John Kaminsky with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
The Colts send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Meanwhile, Rodgers throw complete here to his receiver.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. But he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 38-yard line. A big play there out of the running game.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now the first carry for Darrington Evans.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He finds his man complete. It's Parks. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now it's Rodgers. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
McCann's kick up and good.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Jameis now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and it's 3rd down.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's Mack to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, and said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Winston into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 52 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
2nd and 10. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The Colts getting another possession here on offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. On the handoff, running left, Marlon Mack. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And this Tennessee defense for the 2nd straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, come get a little bit closer this time.
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. It's complete to Brown, right side. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's...
There he goes, left side. He's at the 50, the 30, and all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jameis to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Darius Slayton there to make the grab. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here.
He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll give Henry another shot. Runs over it.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And we are tied here in the second quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A first down throw for Winston.
Once again, he finds Slayton.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That ball caught by Slayton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, Winston. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's second and a yard.
To the air again with Winston. Got his man, it's Williams. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second and 10, we're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3?
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. Terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Winston from the gun on third down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now a play fake. Rodgers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman.
And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Following the interception, Winston. And this will be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Let's go! Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL. Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways it can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. Got a man, Slayton. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll run here with Mack. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Again, it'll be Mack. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
3rd and goal, Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown. Marlon Mack from 8 yards out. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 34. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Harvey, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Here's Mack to get it again on second down.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. No problem there on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
To throw is Winston.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. A first down carry for Henry. Oh, he bowls over him. 85 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the ground. And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
McCann for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Tennessee score. McCann's got it teed up. And that'll carry. Zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Mack. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. John Kaminsky able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities. And he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. This to the outside for Mack. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On second down and 4, Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 41, Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Colts on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Winston now. Eluding the pressure right. Winston into the slide, and he's got a 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Not much there, only a yard. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Max got the 1st down and then some. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Monty Rice gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Here's Winston. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 6, 2:18 on the clock. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Parks. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Shedding the tackle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now In this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Now Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll run on 1st down with Evans. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So this one winds up in Indianapolis victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.